Stuart Mackay here, just a short video to show you the latest conversion or resto mod I've done of an old radio controlled set from the 1960s. This one here is a RCS Digifour. RCS stands for Radio Controlled Specialist. They were based in London and operated probably through to the late 80s, early 90s. This one was bought by a gentleman who I bought it from. He bought it in 1968 from a shop in Weston-super-Mare, from RCS's outlet there, and he kindly let me have it a couple of weeks ago, and I've spent the past couple of days restoring it and converting it to the latest radio technology. This one is now fitted, we've now replaced the original 27 megahertz frequency, transmission frequency, with a 2.4 gigahertz free sky system, an XHT module, which I'll show you in a minute. The receiver is also a free sky 8-channel receiver, which nestles inside this lovely little plastic and aluminium case. So I'll show you how it works. If I turn it on now, you'll see you'll hear that beeping noise shows that we've got the throttle high. So if I move the throttle to the low position, that'll stop beeping. If I turn the transmitter on or receiving on, you'll see, here we go, there's the aileron moving on this servo here. A bit closer so you can see that now. There we go, that's got all that, and the elevator there on the right hand stick here, and then the throttle open, closed, rudder left coming up, there we go, and we've got that. And this encoder, which comes from a guy called Phil Green, this is based on a DigiSpark Arduino setup, which I've wired into all the pots, and it also includes a feature of a single channel button. So press once, you'll see the aileron control move to the right, and press twice, goes to the left, and press it 3 times, you should see the elevator move as well. See, that kicks up, that's a kick up elevator control we've got on that as well. So yeah, that's a quick run through on what the system does and looks like now. It's got full servo reversing in it, and also has a fail-safe system. So if I turn the transmitter off, you've seen the throttle has gone to full throttle here. If I turn that off, that should now go to low throttle, which it does. Turn it on again, you'll hear the beep, warning me that the throttle's high. Move the throttle to low, and then it's ready to go again. That's a soft lock on the throttle there. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Here's a quick view on the other side of the back side of the transmitter. Not a lot to see in there at the moment, but what I will do is I will take the printed circuit board out to show you the full installation. This is the servo that came with the 4 of these servos, which were part of the original set. This was, as you can see, these were made by a company in America called Orbit, and they had a rotary output, which this one's got fitted at the moment, as well as a linear push-pull setup on those. So there's 4 of those servos. Yeah, so that's the set would have been powered by DIAC rechargeable batteries, of which this is one here. You can see that's quite a meaty device. And when I take the back off and show you, you'll see the size of the current battery that I've replaced it with. So let me do that just now. I'll just turn the pause the video, and then we'll have the back off and you can have a look inside. So I've now removed the back. It's basically held on with 4 screws, which are located here, here, here and here. And that enables me to lift the printed circuit board out. And there it is there. That's what the what would have been the state of the art in 1968. And that's now replaced by this tiny little That's a 3/4 of an inch, about 15mm square Arduino. It's called a DigiSpark, and then it's all wired into the individual pots. Here's the bind board for the 2.4 module, which is located down here. Little LEDs are on there. You'll see on here also there's a diode I fitted, as well as a variable resistance potentiometer there to give me a full scale, expanded scale on the meter. And here's the battery now. So if you compare the size of the batteries, there we go. This is also 500 milliamp DAC as well. And if I look at the circuitry there, it's quite complex. Basically all that stuff here doing exactly the same as our little Arduino and the little XHT module. So that's pretty much it. I've also stripped down the receiver. I'll let you see that as well. It's a double deck one. Move that out of the way. The original receiver is here, which hopefully you can see okay. Move that to one side, and then you'll be able to, a bit of a tangle here, I'll do this all with one hand. Right, and there we go. You can see that's basically what was the aerial, 27 megahertz aerial. That would have been the crystal there on 27 megahertz. So that's the receiver and decoder of the 27 meg signal that's coming across, and then this little board here would have been to power the servos, which are 4-wire servos. Interestingly, they're not like the current 3-wire servos. Otherwise, I might have used those in the with the current FreeSky setup, which, as you can probably see on the transmitter, on the receiver here, I've managed to bury away a FreeSky V8 receiver in this area within the old receiver case, which makes it rather nice, so it gives a period look to it. So yeah, there we go, that's the RCS Digifour. Back in the day, 1968, these would probably be about 160, 170 pounds, which is probably about the equivalent with inflation of about £2,500 for a set. So as you can imagine, back then that was an expensive piece of kit for the error modeler. They were used quite extensively sort of in competitions. Several nationals winners would have flown with RCS equipment, whether in scale or in the aerobatics. And yeah, they were quite a rare set. Where I live in Norfolk, I can't remember seeing very many of these at all at the local club back in the 70s. So yeah, this is the first one I've ever owned, and I'm quite pleased to have it. This is fitted with Bonner. Well, the original ones were fitted with Bonner sticks. These look like they're Remcon copies or clones of the original American Bonner sticks. Yeah, they're not anything like as precise as probably as the modern radios. Got a bit of play in there, just down to the tolerances and probably a bit of wear over the years. So yeah, generally but it's a lovely little set really, and look forward to using this in maybe a classic aerobatic model, I know a Phil Craft one, or Moonglow, or something of that ilk, period aerobatic model with 4 channels, and have some fun with it. Yeah, it's been a pleasure sort of showing this to you. It's part of a collection or growing collection of old radios that I've got. And I'll just show you that, give you a quick look at some of the ones on the shelf now, just to so you get an idea of what I get up to. So starting on the left-hand side here, we've got quite an extensive range of craft radios from America, although 1 or 2 of them were made in Europe, in Belgium. We're moving along a bit. We've got some Pro lines again from America. Then we're looking at McGregor one, which I'm sure a lot of you guys will remember from the 70s and 80s. Then going along the shelf a bit, we've got some of my favourite radios here, which are the Simprop ones, Simprop Digi5, SSM Contest, the Hanno Pretner Acapulco, Sam FM, Sam Gold lurking behind it there. So just looking at the Sky Leaders here, we've got a TS and a Sky Leader Clubman, which both are converted to 2.4 gigahertz. Oops, that's the alarm going on the transmitter. Let me just turn that off a second. So we've got some Sky Leaders there. We've got a little McGregor single channel, which I love flying that. That's great fun flying that, little rudder only models. OS Cougar here, again 2.4. I fly a Gangster 63 on that. Moving along a bit, there's a Talisman system here from World Engines in England. It's a 7-channel one, single stick radio, twist for the rudder, elevator, aileron, and then throttles on the left here. And you've got another auxiliary control there. Oh, sorry, I'm on the top there. That's that's an auxiliary there. Trims for elevator, aileron, rudder. Switch channel there. This is a little Reed E6 2.4 gig read set. Turn that on. You can see that going. It's got a lovely little OLED display in there. And I was last flying a Keelcraft Bandit with that little diesel powered one. Move that across a bit. You've got several Futabas here. Here's the one which a lot of people will remember from the early 70s, Futaba Digimax, imported by Ripmax, and here is the German version of that, the Robbie digital proportional, exactly the same inside as the Ripmax one, but sold in Germany. And then we've got another Futaba M series here. This one came in from Holland, this one did. That was a European style of badging they had, a little branding. Move them out of the way and you'll see some more European ones behind them. There's a Rob Mars, Graupner T14 there. Put him back. There's a little single channel Sky Leader one, which is a friend of mine built. Beautiful little thing this. I fly a little shark face on that. It's got a little OLED display on it and fantastic little radio that. Some more Sky Leaders here. Sky Leader Courier. We've got a batch of those actually. There's this Courier Special Mark II. There's another Courier Special at the back there. Here's a recent addition here. It's the first of the 35 meg FM Sky Leaders, the TSX. Here's a fairly rarish radio here. It's a Swan Signet 2-channel. And then here's the Swan 4-channel, sadly missing its badging. But I hope that's been of interest here. Just another quick scan along here. You can see I'm getting quite a few in here now. This is my modelling workshop. I've got a whole bunch more of slightly more rarer transmitters inside. But yeah, great fun. Available at not silly money on eBay. And converting them and restoring them is a great pastime. I've really enjoyed it during the lockdown period. And if you haven't started doing it, have a go at it yourself. It's very, very simple and very rewarding. Okay, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, give us a like. If not, tell me to shut up, and I'll get back and do some more of the other sets at sometime in the future. Bye for now.